Hey everybody. I know I haven't posted a video in a while, and I'm sorry for that. I've been very busy. A lot of things are happening in my life right now. But I promised myself that I would make time for this vlog, and so here I am. Um, I was planning on starting a relationship series, and I am still going to do that, but this video is going to focus just on domestic violence. Domestic violence is unfortunately a very big part of relationships these days, and so that's also going to be a part of the series. But I kind of, based on things that have happened in my personal life in the last year, and then after seeing the situation that happened in Deep Ellum where that woman got assaulted, I just felt like there needed to be a video just by itself, solely talking about domestic violence. I feel like it's something that happens so often, and lots of people don't really know anything about it or don't understand the psychological effects that it can have on somebody. Um, Abuse as a whole is wrong, obviously, no matter how you slice it, whether it be verbal or physical or whatever. Abuse is not okay. Nobody deserves to be abused, and it's an unfair situation. I'm clearly talking from a female perspective, and so a lot of my points are going to be from a man putting his hands on a female. But nobody deserves to be abused. Women, if you're putting your hands on your man, you're wrong too. Regardless of if he's bigger than you and he can take it or whatever the case is, it's wrong. You shouldn't be putting your hands on anybody. Period. The end. But for sure, if you are a man, you at a higher level shouldn't be putting your hands on a woman. Um, I don't know why there are so many men that think that it's okay, but it's not. Um, you are not only causing physical abuse to somebody that you supposedly love, but you are causing even worse mental, psychological things. Um, Domestic abuse, I mean, it can cause even PTSD. You can have ramifications that last for long periods of time. Um, it is very crippling to be abused by someone that you thought loved you and that you also love. A lot of times, abuse doesn't come out for a little bit. So, and a lot of times it's men who really honestly start out pretty charming, seem very sweet and wonderful and such a great situation to lure you in. And then once they have you lured in, then the abuse starts. And at that point, they've already pulled you into this web that makes you feel like it's something you did, that maybe something that you caused or said or did or whatever caused this break, insanity. And I'm going to try really hard not to cry in this video. But it is emotional. And if you don't get emotional when you think about abuse or domestic violence, then truly, honestly, there's something wrong with you. There is nothing okay about abuse, period. If you have not seen the video from Deep Ellum that happened over this past weekend with the woman who was assaulted by her boyfriend, not that it's something that you should go run and watch. It is awful and horrific and very traumatizing, honestly. But if you haven't seen it and you're curious as to why I was so prompted to post a video only on domestic violence, you should go check it out. It's not going to be hard to find. Unfortunately, this video went viral, and so many people, as much as it can be a good thing for people to know about this type of situation so they can help pull you out of it because of all the psychological, trauma that it causes. it's also very sad that this poor woman's story is now plastered all over the internet and all over the news, and so many people are talking about it, and obviously I'm one of them, but I'm an advocate for her, if anything else. And I truly hope and pray that she finds strength out of this whole situation. But I will warn you that if you decide to go watch this video, it is extremely horrific. If you watched my snap last night, I even made a point to say, and this is very true, when I watched it the first time, and honestly, second and third time, it was one of those things that I couldn't stop watching. It just, it triggered something inside me. It was, I couldn't, I just, oh God, I just don't understand it. But I literally thought I watched her die. He threw her so hard against a brick wall that when she landed to the ground, she was just laying there, eyes bugged out of her face. And when you watch the video, it is probably a millisecond of time that she is laying there in that specific position. But the first time I watched it, it felt like she was laying there forever. If and when you see this video, know that I am thinking of you, and so hopeful that you find strength out of this situation. It is not easy to walk away from, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to post this video, is because some of the comments that I was reading, even under this specific video that shows this man assaulting her, people were even saying stuff like, "Oh, she deserves that," and or it's an interracial thing. That's a black man thing. Only black men beat their women. I mean, some of these comments were just so far-reaching and so just hateful for no reason, that anybody who literally, if you just go on to YouTube or any kind of social media and your goal is to just find things to cause turmoil and extra hate or argument or whatever, like, find something else to do with your time. Do something else, because your opinions not only don't matter as a whole because you are I'm not going to go down to their level, but find something better to do with your time. I promise if you focused more of that energy into something positive, it would work out a lot better for you. Also, this woman, regardless of your opinion, doesn't care honestly about your opinion. But not only that, she's already going through such an emotional, disastrous, traumatizing thing that she doesn't need to read comments like that. It's unnecessary, and hurtful, honestly. And she's still currently healing, and like, from the physical things, not even just the emotional things. And she has been dealing with this abuse for a long time. So this is going to be a very, very long road for her. And if anything, she needs encouraging and helpful forms of communication versus just being hateful or wanting to make a point, whatever you think your point is. But I will tell you, I in the first video that I posted when I was talking about gun control, I said in that video too that the point of my videos are not to sit here and just shoot out a bunch of statistics or make this a very formal situation. These videos are really my opinions and how I feel about things, and things that strike me and make me feel some type of way, and that I'm passionate about, whether it be something positive or something that's a little bit more hard to talk about, like this. But if you don't know how common domestic violence is, maybe you should look it up. there are a lot more people, and people that you probably know, that have been a victim of this and you don't even realize. Um, a lot of you, this is going to be your first time even finding out that I went through that last year. There, aside from my family, there's only a handful of people that know. Um, it's just not something that you really want to talk about. It's not something that you want to air out. It's awful. It's traumatizing. It's life changing. Um, and it's just it's very sad. However, as much as I am not going to make it about the actual statistics and so forth, I just want to briefly touch on things that I know for a fact in regards to domestic violence. In the process of going through this, I have had multiple detectives on my case, and one of the detectives that I talked to, we were on the phone, and I didn't understand why I wasn't being kept more in the know in regards to things that was happening. And he was very apologetic, and first originally just started saying how sorry he was, and he understands that that's something that anybody who's been through this wants to be kind of in the know of, because you're still having fear and paranoia and all of those things. But what he said to me is, as much as I do apologize that you haven't really been kept in the know, I will tell you that I am just one detective in Collin County, and I have 48 cases on my desk just from this last month. Just in where I live. That's a lot. In a month's time, just in this direct area? One detective? It's a lot. Also, 90% of women involved in some kind of domestic abuse have psychological problems afterwards. 90%. So for all of you trying to say that she deserved this because she threw a shoe or whatever the case is, nothing can justify any man putting his hands on a woman. But for sure, when you watch the video, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Nobody deserves that. And she is going to have mental problems because of this. Now, there are things that you can heal from, but it is going to take a lot of time for her to fully heal from this situation. Her situation was definitely much worse, much more severe, and much more long lasting than mine was. And it has been over a year, and I am still not okay. For the most part, I'm okay. My physical injuries have healed. But I mean, fear and paranoia are an everyday thing. Every day. Every day. And that's not fair to anybody. For sure, not for sure a reason like this, because there is no justification for you putting your hands on a woman, period, the end. There's just not. If you are someone who has been a victim or is currently a victim and still dealing with abuse, please, 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 please get help. Tell somebody. Let them be the ones to make the call for you. But you need to get help. This will be a never-ending thing. There is no, oh, he just did it one time. That's it's not how it works. Now, I'm not saying that an abuser can't try and get help as well. I'm not saying that people can't change for the better. But in this moment of you dealing with this abuse, it is not going to get better with you two present. It will not. You need to be separate. He needs to heal. You need to heal. Need to learn different ways of coping with anger or whatever the case is. If you do not have someone to help you, comment, write me, message me. I will call for you 100%. I will be an advocate for you. I will do whatever it takes so that there's never the excuse of I didn't have anyone to reach out to or I didn't know what to do. Talk to your friends. Talk to your friends. I can almost guarantee you that there's at least one person you know that has been through a similar situation. Talking about it can be helpful. Even just talking to people can help pull you from part of this hole that has been dug. People can also help keep you accountable as much as you want to try and justify for yourself what they did to you. I know that I did that. Oh, I kept telling myself, oh no, he really loves me. I just upset him. I made him mad. He, flew off the handle. It's not going to happen again. I mean, whatever you want to tell yourself, it's a lie. It's truly a lie. And you do not want to be the person on the news that is now a victim of murder, homicide. You don't want to be that person. You need to get yourself out of there before that happens. It is almost inevitable. Every single person that I have talked to since this has happened to me, people who not only have dealt with it themselves, but whether it be, the district attorney or people who deal with this on a regular basis, and then just victims themselves and support groups and things like that. Every single person that I have talked to has basically said that it started, continued, and gradually got worse. And some people aren't here alive to talk about it. So again, if you are someone who is currently dealing with domestic violence, please get help. Reach out to someone who can get you help. And if you don't have someone in your direct circle that can help get you help, then call me, text me, message me, whatever. And if there's anything in my power that I can do, I will. One last thing. If you are a man and you are putting your hands on a woman, screw you, and you can rot in hell. You're weak, and you will not win. And we as women, we are women. I am woman. And this will not be the end. And all of us are capable of pulling ourselves out and being better because of it. And you are just a small stepping stone to the greater picture.